Greetings everyone. Another mail opening. I have 3 today. 2 from the UK, 1 from America. The American one has some very nice stamps on it. I do like the space themed ones, or the sci-fi type ones across the top there. And the 2 flower ones were from a set of the flowers of each of the states. That was quite a large sheet. This one here is Learning Never Ends. I like that one. One of the British ones just has the track label on it, and the other one has a first class King Charles head. I keep calling it a matching head, but I'm not sure that would be the right word. King Charles head. So we'll start with the American one, which is, I know where it's from. It's from the Wichita Postcard Club, because they have the stamp across the top there. I'm an honorary member of the Wichita Postcard Club, because I gave them a Zoom presentation last year on the 4th of May, a Star Wars one. So, but I've collected Wichita Postcard Club membership postcards from before then, but now I receive them as a honorary member. Yes, this is nice. I do a news vlog, basically giving details of upcoming fairs and any information or news and little stories around postcards at the time. And in the May one, I announced details of the National Postcard Week in both America and the UK. The American one comes first, and the UK one is actually, as I am filming this, it is day 2 of the National Postcard Week in the UK. The American one was from the 4th to the 10th of May. Wichita Postcard Club do a National Postcard Week card, and their 2025 card is, as they nearly always are, a Rick Geary design. I particularly like this one. It has a aviation theme to it. That one is very, very nice. I do love Rick Geary cards, and I have a collection of Rick Geary cards. Quite a big, detailed collection of them. Here we go. When you visit Wichita, be sure to stop by the Yard at 725 East Central. Just turn south on Mead Street, and on your right you'll spot a striking twin Beech aircraft displayed within a fenced area. More than 7,000 of these Model 18s were produced by Beech Aircraft during World War II in various configurations, primarily for training. This particular plane is a generous gift from the Yard to the city of Wichita, honouring the countless individuals who contributed to the aircraft industry during World War II and beyond. So that's the details of the plane that is depicted there on Rick Geary's piece of art. All that details there is on the back in the bottom corner. If you want to read all of that, just pause, and then that text will come up for you, hopefully. So that's a nice one. It's a National Postcard Week card, so it has postcard on postcard connections for that type of theme. People do have a collective theme of postcard themed postcards, and National Postcard Week cards do come into that. But that one also go into aviation, but for me that would definitely go in my Rick Geary collection. The boss, the Yoda of the Wichita Postcard Club is Hal Ottaway, and Hal has included in this sending his own National Postcard Week 2025 card, which is a nice reproduction. The design for this equal suffrage card on the front is from the Topeka Good Government Club 1912. So it's a 1912 card used here to promote the National Postcard Week 2025. My thanks to Hal for including this. That's another one that goes into my own postcard themed postcard collection. A lovely card. Let's put those to one side. This is the one with the King Charles stamp on. I've no idea what's in this one. It's probably something I bought on eBay. If you've got sort of like 6 or 7 items coming through the post, you don't know which ones are coming in what envelope, so it's always quite fun to open up and see which ones you got. I saw on eBay a little collection of cartoony type cards. Sometimes they're called seaside humour cards, but I think it's better to say that they're cartoon cards. And these were popular for a long time, and you some of them are a bit innuendos, some of which can be quite really naughty, and some can just be quite humorous in this one. And this one says, we'd both like to see you again, Vicar, when you've nothing on. There we go. A little bit of the old innuendo humour. That's a harmless one, but it's a nice little card. 2 ladies speaking to their local vicar. You got their mothers meeting. And this one's by Joe Hughes. That's the artwork. This one was posted in Edinburgh in 1960. This one was actually posted before I was born. So yeah, that's very old. You got a Queen Elizabeth 2.5D Wilding stamp there, and this is card number 7516. And I like the sun printed logo on the card on the back there. Very nice. These type of cards, they're not worth a great deal. They're great pieces of modern history of a time that was a little bit different to what we have now. They're very popular and they are going up in value, but they're worth looking out for. This is a Taylor design. I love Taylor cards, and Taylor was an artist for Bamforth and produced cards for decades. There we go. It's a lady reclining on the beach. Text reads, "Work. It's all right for you slaves at home, but to me it's a thing of the past. Cheerio." Now, this is an interesting one. It's Taylor did a lot of cartoon style designs, but he also did some of these more realistic artwork, seaside cards. Now, the interesting thing about this one is smoking is a theme that people do collect, but it's not one that crops up on modern postcards so much. But you get a lot of them in the golden age, First World War. Just before the First World War, there was lots of smoking related cards, but as the decades move forward, they become less and less. And finding ones from the 60s, 50s, it can be quite interesting. Smoking, of course, was huge. A large proportion of the public smoked, so it wasn't that unusual. But somehow it just seems quite strange to see it on a postcard. This one is posted with a 2D postage revenue Wilding, and this is from 1954, so it's from the early 50s. So perhaps smoking not very unusual at that time. And as I said, it's a Bamforth card. I knew it was a Bamforth card because it was an Arnold design, so even before turning it over, it was going to be a Bamforth one. And this is in the Seaside comic series, and this is number 1047. And you can see the back there. You can see the Wilding Queen Elizabeth stamp in the top corner. Again, there was a thing with postcards where I always wrote, whenever I used to send them in the past, I used to write across this way, but it's amazing how many people wrote that way. It seems to have been far more common than I would have given thought to, but there we go. But that's a nice one. This one's a little bit damaged. This was a very cheap lot, but it's a diner. Printed Raphael and Tuck. This is postmarked 1947. As I say, it has a little bit of damage to it. It's postcard number 54. This is a diner, and typical of her cards, it's cute little kids messing around, or in this case I think she's sewing a patch onto his trousers. It's a topsy-turvy old world, but we can still find a few bright patches. So a little joke in relation to the words, but that's a nice little card. And as I said, it's postmarked 94, so it's got your Raphael and Tuck reverse side. Postcard collectors out there will know Raphael and Tuck were one of the major British publishers from the starting of publishing in the early 1900s right through. This one, the last one, is a Beatrice Mallet card. Oh, how lucky I would be if only you were here with me. And again, it's these cute kiddie designs that were so popular during the 50s and the 60s. And this sort of style of large-faced, cute children, quite often with pets, were very, very popular. This one's 1954. Again, I say again, the writing is that way. So it was fascinating to me how people they've written down here, and then they've added another little bit here. So obviously couldn't get it all in. There we go. That's another Queen Elizabeth Wilding stamp used in the top there. And this one's cancelled from, I think that's Western Supermare. That is Western Supermare, 27th of August 1954. And again, as with the early one I showed, there's the little sun logo in there, but it's obscured a little bit by the writing. But that's a nice little card. So there's a little bundle of 4 that I picked up quite cheaply. The last envelope was this big one. Right. There we go. Let's get rid of that. This was an unusual one. I love Disney. My whole family, literally my whole family, love Disney. Well, we go to Disney quite a lot. When COVID came around, Disney had to shut down. When it reopened, there was a lot of obviously issues around touching things, people transferring bits and pieces across. Now, there'd always been a case where you'd go to some of these character restaurants and you could get the autographs of the characters, Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Goofy, Donald, Daisy, all those sort of ones. But obviously, immediately post-COVID, that wasn't a good idea to have the children or even adults going up and being close to the people in the costumes. So they started producing these cards, and they were autograph cards. Now, obviously, this is printed on, and this one you have Mickey and Pluto as per the front, and you have Lilo and Stitch as per this side here. Now, these were characters at the Ohana restaurant for the character breakfast. Now, I've never had a character breakfast at Ohana, but I've eaten several dinners, and they're not character meals. It's just the food and the ambience of the entertainment there. But so in the morning, I did a character breakfast, and you go and have your breakfast, you have your meal. The characters would go round. You could still meet them. They'd chat at your table and talk to you, but rather than collecting autographs and having that interaction, you would receive one of these cards. Now, it's not a postcard, obviously, because it's double-sided and you've got the autographs on the back, pictures on the front. But I love these. I've never obtained one in person, but I have been able to buy a few from eBay. They can be quite expensive. And if I find them under about £8, I will pick them up because I think they're unusual. This little package was less than £8, but I got 3. So I suspect what I've ended up here is with one family's Ohana breakfast character card collection. So I'd have paid it for one, to be fair, the price that I paid for the 3. So to get another 2 is a bonus, and I can always do something with the other ones. Always nice to have a couple. But I've never received one from a character meal. But the last time we went to Disney, which was last year, we met Figment the dragon, and I did get one of these for Figment, so I'll have to dig that one out and show it to you at some time, because these are nice. They are a little bit different, but they are nice, and they come in different sizes as well. That's another thing about these. This Ohana one is quite big, but I've also seen them much smaller, more postcard size. The Figment the dragon one from the Epcot is definitely smaller than this. It's more postcard size, so they do come in different sizes. But I like these, and Joe said we can't eat in places in Disney just so that I can get one of these cards, but I'm working on it. And if it comes about, because there is somewhere I want to go where they do a character breakfast and you do get a card, which I don't have, and I am gonna try and convince Joe that we can go there. So fingers crossed, and if that happens, we'll film that and do that. We'll go to Disney later this year, so we'll see what happens. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Postcards from Mars, they hit my door. Tiny aliens asking for more. Writing comments like a cosmic tour. I found stardust scattered on my